Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Psi Divine. It's afternoon message, midday, or early, late evening, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you are doing well. And Bear squeaks a hello to you also. Okay. How are you? All right. So I wanted to do a reading for the alternative timelines that you might be experiencing. The one that the timeline the others have you maybe having to choose at this time. Oh. Hello. If you have a yes or no question at the end of the reading, let me know in the chat so I don't just log off when it's done. I hope you all are doing well. And I'm not being weird, I'm putting in my earplug. All right. So let's see. This message is for whoever needs to hear it the most. So let's find out what's going on. Okay. What I hear is that, I think John Mayer, waiting for the world to change. Are you waiting for the world to change? Nonetheless, this reading, or at least part of it, belongs to the one who is waiting for someone to come along and change the world for them. This can be waiting for an offer from the past. The world or the offer. So that really does feel like the world or the offer. The number 786 come to me. Okay, so waiting for someone to return. Let's find out what the one on your mind, what their true intentions are, and then what your other option is. So I'm making the others. Sorry, I'm taking notes. So the way I'm sensing this is the world is the self. The world is the self. And the choices that you can make to wait or not to wait, to sit in a stagnant cycle or to be courageous and go forward, accept the BS of the past and make it the past, forward, or waiting for the offer from the others. Peak usage. Has someone taken full advantage, and that's nothing left? Oh, it's an old song. Something about, I gave my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. Just once. James Ingram. Okay. So let's find out what's going on with the self. This is allowing the wrong person to give value to your future value. Person from the past gives value and is being allowed to have value of self going forward. Baggage. I would definitely say someone hanging on for hope, waiting for someone to reveal themselves or speak, say something, come back. Hanging on, hanging by a string, hanging on a thread. There is a choice regarding one's protection, and it's putting one's protection in the absence of another person. Oh, wow. It's moving, it's not moving physically, but it's moving in a way, it's planning in a way, it's thinking in a way that is dreamy. Guys, I hope that you are only giving advice to someone going through this. If you are, be gentle and compassionate. If this is one of y'all going through this, be gentle and compassionate with yourself, but also it's waiting. It's really not a good thing. It's almost defining yourself with it. It's lying to yourself about it. Oh my. So it's like giving your value to another person. Kind of looks like a game there, right? A game that doesn't really have any real winnings at the end. So it's, no, that goes there. So it's starting off with everything and then ending with nothing. In the middle there's control. And it's remote control. So there definitely needs to be some, what's that word? Logic. That's a good thing. Yeah. At the bottom, not listening also. So this is data you have and you're just, someone is just not accepting things. Let's find out what the true intention of the others is. The offer that is desired, the offer from the past, the return of the past, the return to a dream-like state. Ooh, not coming together. It's lying to yourself. Hopefully you're just talking to someone through this, you guys. Um, it's inviting back bad energy. So be mindful of your thoughts at this time. If you're not dealing with this, you may be calling someone back into your space, allowing it. That is angel guide vision. Hi, guys. That's your angelic vision. Watch it. Watch it. Bear squeaks on that one, so it must be true. I feel like waiting for closure. That's not, waiting isn't how it happens. Waiting's not how it happens. Space between. Well, that makes sense. Okay. So there's some decision making. Well, it's really one decision to let go. Maturity, growing up, letting go. And it doesn't mean losing hope or being hopeless. It is shifting focus. Because at the end is great success. But this comes out as a choice. This has to be chosen. But it's right there. It's got protection. It's got money. It's got growth. It's got value. But is it possible that those things have to be found within you? Yeah. Okay. This might be separate data here. Some of you know that you've sacrificed, you've given up enough, you've wasted enough time. You know it's not going anywhere. It ain't never going to go nowhere. Is it possible that it never was going anywhere? It's time to accept that maybe certain situations don't work, certain people don't work well in your space. They cannot come back. They have to be blocked because that's blocking the path to your success, and you know that. Clarify. Okay. So there's a focus that needs to be changed. As I just said earlier, you have to focus on what you have. That's looking around, being grateful for the very breath. And it's having the knowledge to do so, the ancient wisdom to do such a thing. Whereas there are a lot of people who have no ability to let go. You can. You can block it. You can see that it's, it may be certain people's, persons, energies, though they at one time did have their value. The value at this time is the wrong direction. The value at this time is misdirection, waiting for change that doesn't happen that way. I don't know why this image comes. It's like waiting for someone to feed you, right? Until they bring you a meal. And then you never move from that one spot forever because you expect them to continue to feed you. And so there's this, I have to admit, okay, I was waiting. Some of you need to get back into your creative space, whoever this energy was might have taken you off of that. And perhaps creativity is how you're going to let go of that energy. I'm always talking about that, you guys. You gotta have something creative that is unto the self, of the self. You can paint out your feelings or kickbox them out with a boxing bag, I don't know, but not other people. You can create something. And when I say most, I mean all. All spirit guides, aware energies. You have a gift. It comes in the form of something artistic that is of the self, but something that others can enjoy too. So you have to find that. Clarify. So there has to be a creative release. Okay, the universe wants you to know. If there are emotional feelings, or you're feeling bad, down, out, whoever this is for, this could be, now this is just general message. If you're feeling strong, negative feelings, this is time for art. Doing something different, artistic. It doesn't have to be paint to canvas. It can literally be like doing something artistic with the room you sit in or sleep in or think in. Moving furniture around. Do something that comes from that ends up creative, but comes from your emotions. The time is now. So your options can definitely include selfishness. I think that is kind of like the leaning message. Others. The others, not good. The others in the friend zones, the criminal elements, the smashings and the passings. Oh, come on, you can't create something artistic around that data. There's tons of artwork around this data. There's tons of furniture moving around it. There's tons of... Oh my goodness, I can just think of a million things. If you're sitting in this leftover energy, anyone sitting in that leftover energy right now, you have some art in you. Making music, even if it's just making a beat, there's tons of apps that you can do that on. You probably surprise yourself right now. Don't waste this energy. Oh. I guess the message needed to be delivered because I don't even get to have lunch over this one. Hey, whoever this is for. Ooh. Experiencing the BS artist right now gives you fuel, golden fuel, sacred knowledge, the gift enhancements. What do you guys like to call adding extra things on to some upgrades? Yeah, okay. And that is of the higher self. You have to experience the fake self to get to the higher self, right? Do not waste this energy. What could you be doing creative right now? Sending out hey, who sings that? I send an SOS to the world. I hope someone gets my message in a bottle. So the alternative timelines are here, and you have to stop playing games. You have to stop playing games with the others, because they will put you on an alternative timeline. They're already on an alternative timeline. They can't talk about it. They don't even know. Autobot. Nonetheless, whoever I'm talking to, you're not supposed to be passing up this time to transmit or create something that puts a certain message out there. Please do it, because I didn't get to eat lunch. Like, I'm sitting here like, okay, it's time for lunch. And I'm feeling like, no, I think I need to do a message like now. Okay, so don't listen, okay? Don't get yourself in trouble either. This is divine boredom. Okay, don't waste this. This is divine boredom. There's like Picasso level masterpiece data in that. Who is this? Siddha? Please don't blast the chat. You cut yourself. You should definitely go see the doctor. Hello, everybody. Speaking of hysteria, how you doing, Siddha? For some of you, that gift is about talking more. You have a gift is somewhere in speech. You have information for the others. But you got some self-esteem issues. But you have the divine vision to meet you to smack yourself and then get to work. So you don't even know why you're holding back. Siddha, why would you text that you're ill? Go to the doctor. Call someone. What do you think I'm going to do for it? None of us are going to help you if you're ill, dear. Please call for help. I cannot help you now. Let's be fair and balanced. Some of you are stalling. Who's stalling out their greatness? You're taking meds? Okay. Well, the meds aren't doing so well. The meds must not be doing so well. You type an awful lot. You're typing an awful lot for somebody who's on pain meds. You would think you'd be relaxed. Abraham, you're stalling till next year. Can you get any part of the work started? Whatever that is. Okay, if it's for you, some data needs to come out of you some kind of way that can be captured. There's some message that maybe it's a message for later then, but there's something you need to be doing right now to capture the essence of the work or something of that sort. I don't fucking. You know how like you're working on an idea, right? Maybe you got a book and you write parts of the plan. Well, there's a part of the plan trying to get through right now. Some of the work that will be of use later. Okay. When I first started producing, directing in the other world, by the time I really got to that point, I had several books of just ideas, things to create. And whenever I felt inspired to write them, I did. And I had been writing them forever. I have like a box full of movies that will never ever be created, which is sad, but true. So maybe there's some data. Ibrahim, I am familiar. God dog it, my earplug will not stay. I need a better earplug. Okay. You're getting into that. Okay. I say whatever feels good and you feel connected to, you should do it. Period. I feel like be aware. Get a sense of awareness. Be aware of somebody. So I don't know if that's a run-on of what I just read. If someone's distracting you from moving at the speed you know you should be. When I say alternative timelines, Ibrahim, I'm referring to different choices. Like waiting versus not waiting. And the things you would experience. Let's say we were at, what amusement park do we all know? Disneyland. Okay? Let's say we're all at Disneyland. And we could walk around the park and get on 0 rides. And we would have one type of experience. We would probably be very broke, filled with food, and holding too many stuffed animals. But if we got on rides instead, one of us might barf by then, probably me. One of us would have barfed on the other. You would probably end up riding a lot of rides by yourself. And we would have that alternative timeline. Or I could say, you know what? I'm probably not a good person to go to the park with. You should get someone else. And then you get on all the rides, you have a good time, and you get the stuffed animals. See all those different timelines? And they're all based on decisions. They're decisions we would make together to go to the park, and the decisions I might make in saying, not going to go. Or I'm going to eat a big bowl of chili before we get on this big ride that looks like a roller coaster. And let's sit really close to each other. And I'm afraid of heights, by the way. Uh-oh. Yes, and by, saying things like, I'm going to wait till next year. Is that not an alternative timeline? Because you don't know what's coming next year, do you? You have a plan, but the world can change. Who in the freak saw Rona? And the thing is, if you look back, it was there. The data was there. They told you it was coming. They did. If you looked and listened, they kind of like, they said it. And then here we are on the alternative timeline. This one was kind of pushed on us, though. Doesn't mean that there are no other alternatives. If you're watching, you're seeing alternatives to it. There are people who are rejecting it. There are people who are on board with it. And then there are people who aren't even people being a part of it. There's bots, lots of bots. Lots and lots of bots trying to initiate an alternative timeline sequence, if you will. So, if you think of everything in that sense, all timelines then really do have some choice of self, right? But then not. Seemingly. Weird thought. As for the warning and awareness, be aware of having to walk away. That might be for you, Iram. Be aware of stalling on dreams. Yep, it comes right back. Looking out to the future to see what's coming, but just looking. Looking over the ocean towards the new land, but just looking. It's a plan. It's a plan, but, it's kind of running against itself, right? It's a dream. And don't let it be that, because you're sitting here as the King of Pentacles. And so it's almost like once you are clarifying. Wow. It's something in your whatever. Okay, maybe it's the environment or something. It's like once you get started, there's no stopping you, but maybe you do need to clear the clouds of the others. Wow. Whenever you're ready, okay, whatever. Whenever you're ready, got some problems to solve, got some navigation issues to work out to get to where you want to see that. So, working it out, I see that. Takes time, but don't stop. And something about note-taking, planning, writing it out. Not thinking it out, writing it out. Writing it out and keeping it to yourself. Really, really keeping it to yourself. Don't be reckless with the data. No share. I don't know why that's a thing. No share. Don't let anybody read it. Don't talk about it. It's your... This might be separate message. Guides, guidance. If you have plans or you have higher knowledge, shh. I'm not saying don't, if you do readings, I'm just talking about don't talk to the stupid people. I didn't know a nicer way to say that. If you are enlightened. I'll leave it there. Maybe you're a reader, maybe you're a guide of some sort. Watch your data. The small-minded are in your zone. They orbit. Watch your data. It's more like not even like a watch your data. It's like a watch the expression of your plans. Very small-minded people around you, guides. And they may just put bird poop on your valuable planning or thoughts. Be aware of sharing futuristic-minded data with sleeping people. Just, yeah. You may have somebody in your zone, whether it's now or just in general. Whether it's now or just in general. People who really... why do I need to repeat this? I know I've said this already. You may have people in your zone who just don't like themselves, don't like how they didn't manifest their lives the way they wanted it. So your shit needs to not work that way too. And the answer is no. The answer is no. How about no? Now, it doesn't need to be argued, doesn't need to be openly judged. The impression that you're here to give in certain situations cannot be told. It cannot be orally vibrated. Can't. The impression comes by like something more of a thumbprint. They get to see it. They get to be bothered by it. Ooh, this feels like somebody else's message. Might be the same, but it feels different. Part of the experience is hateful energy. Also, be aware. I don't know why that's a part of it. I'm feeling angry suddenly. You may attract the devil energy in others. And I don't even believe in data like that, okay? Come on, bro. Okay, so guidance says it's a part of fucking A, it's a part of the data. I'm sorry to curse. It's going to be all right, no matter what. And that's really the case of it all. That's the beer, the t-shirt, and the balloon, okay? It's gonna be okay once you recognize, like, hey, they don't like themselves. That's cool. But how has it been affecting you on the overall? Once you see that and go, wait a minute. Oh, okay. I've been in that energy. I still have it in me. Once I can recognize it, I can put it over there. Ooh. And put it to rest. And that's where things get healthy. And the star shines brighter. Not star can shine. I didn't say nothing about that. Star shines brighter. Maybe bright enough that you see it. Hopefully. Hello. The devil energies have always seen it. That was the purpose of the chain. You dig? That was the purpose of the connection at the feet. Forever connected, forever chained, forever attached, forever in shadow duality. That's weird. Dare I say almost parental? Won't go further. So energies do really need to go in their direction. You got to go in yours, right? And you have to watch them walk away. You have to disengage from the energies that they have. That's your future, technically speaking, if you're paying attention. Some of you are still waiting to be offered justice, fairness, balance from people who don't know how to give it to you. They don't. Gotta accept that. The hermit is still looking for that. Look how old he is. Time has just passed by and they just looking into one little lamp. Stick in hand. I'm sure everyone has their definitions for these cards, but I'm not really reading quite from just definitions. It's an unhealthy state of mind, and it's an unhealthy attachment. Not everybody is experienced for goodness, right? Some people are experienced in this lifetime so that we learn how to protect ourselves and how to walk away and let others do their own thing over there. To the left, to the left. All of that illness in a box to the left. And you have to let it go. So, but how soon is now? How soon is now? Look what's on the other side of knives in your back. Look what's on the other side of knives in your back. We ain't doing no definitions. Just look at the picture. Hello, is this thing on? Bueller? So, there are options. There are alternative timelines, but they must be chosen. Oh, my pig's better. Anyways, they must be chosen. And the universe, the timeline, the alternative possibilities are there, and they're waiting to be given. New chances, new money, new creations, clarity, peace, mind, protection of that inner self. Maybe not needing to look over one's shoulder. So there's that part. It is recognizing the differences in self and others. It would be the enjoyment level, if you could imagine. If you could imagine having, let's say you had a roommate, and they were like, living with them was for real, like one of those episodes of Hoarders, but only on one side of the house. Just on one side, it was like the Hoarders, up to the ceiling. Like when you walk by, things look like it's gonna like topple over on you. If you could imagine that, living like that for like 3 years because you can't afford to move, and then one day you hit the lottery, and then you can move. Imagine the comfort of going from that situation where you had to live in it, you couldn't really control it, you just had to like grow into it, adjust with it, deal with it, cry about it, all the emotions. Think of all of the frustrations. Think of releasing all of that, realizing it, seeing it different, and how you would never, ever want that experience again. Now, granted, if you did have a roommate that was like hoarders type stuff, you would probably have some like mental issues and conflicts to go with it. So you might be overly protective for a little while and never want a roommate ever again. Yeah. You might just like never ever have like trust for the thought of another person occupying your space or touching your things. They would all be dangerous. Right? But once you got over that, like you would be good. You would no, you okay. Well you would you would let people sit on your couch and stuff. But you'd be out of it. Think of the stress-free zone and comfort and safety zone you could create for yourself. So there's that. I will leave you with that. However you view that, there does have to be a transition. How soon is now? Whoever that data was for. Oh, uh-oh. Are my metaphors so sorry about that, sorry. I go with the example that pops into my head. Sorry about that. I hear it's a song. I don't know, I wish I knew the title of that. I don't even know the words. It sounds weird. How soon is now? Okay, whoever that was for, I hope you got the message because it's just repeating. I ain't even going over the next card. Let's see, it's the next. I'm not going over that. I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you need any more clarity, you should speak now, or I think I get to eat lunch. I think I get to eat lunch. We'll see. Peak usage. And again, the numbers 7, 8, and 6. Hard work, passion. Hard work, passion. Perhaps currently in a situation of generosity, but with strings attached. Slightly sounds annoying. But it is time to go forward. And if moving forward is truly not possible, there is other messages in the design that need to be pencil to papers. And if you don't know where to start with pencil to paper, write out your feelings. Or write out what you're focused on most at that time. And then I guess the rest comes that way. Listen, I don't know. Okay. You want some clarity on a specific sleepwalker? Okay. Give me some numbers instead of their name. Give me some random numbers instead of their name. Abraham, 3 random numbers. Jennifer, I'll get to your question next, Goddess. And you definitely gonna have to think of that one to yourself, because the way I'm reading it is confusing to me. Abraham? Uh-oh. Ooh. 16. Okay. So you want me to be digging in on people's secrets and stuff? Only because you're asking, Abraham. Only because it's you. Okay. When I get the sense of a parrot. A parrot. I see a parrot. A bird, a parrot, or a parrot is also some. A parrot also repeats. Repeats. Okay, clarifying the person you're asking about. They may seem happy, but something hateration about them. They are in an unfinished cycle of some sort. Time block. That's here twice. The hater. Ten and 6. That's your numbers. You got a hater, my dear. And maybe they turn hateful at the end, but they are greedy at the beginning. If it's a ghosting type energy, they may lose motivation. Oh, 10 again, furniture. So there's limitations to whoever you're asking about. Limitations to their abilities or their trust issues. A lot of greed here in these cards. Selfish greed. But they may start off very well at balancing things out, or it looks like that. Why is sobriety catching my attention? I hear maze. Oh, that's an old one. Happy feelings. Somebody may function best when the feelings are only happy. Well, who doesn't? They like enjoyment. They are hooked in by impulsive, quick enjoyment. A lot of satisfaction things. Who is that? Oh, it's a mirror. Now I see an image of a conveyor belt. So are you returning? Okay. There's logic and then there's not using logic. And the logic that could be missing is in the repetition of the type of person you are focusing on. Or you're like dating the same, you're focused, I don't know if it's dating, I don't want to say that, but you are putting your focus on the same energy over and over and over again. Or you get hamster wheel. How about that? Is that better? This is hamster wheel data. That's a choice. Obsession. A lot of 11. Abraham. Okay. I don't really know how to say this because it goes far and I think it's too early in the day. I feel okay being a little bit foul-mouthed at night, but it's in the middle of the day and it's lunchtime, isn't it? Anyways, I guess what I'm trying to not say is there's a period of time when we're all maturing and we are rambunctious. We have lots of energy and we are passionate with our thoughts, feelings, and others, right? And while we are being passionate, we might be inspired to be a little bit open and passionate with others. And sometimes when we are doing that a lot or more than once in a year or so, we might put feelings into it also. And then things get all confusing. So it is perhaps not the others that is as much of the situation that needs to be dealt with here as it is your issue that kind of needs to be considered. Now, when I say consider, it doesn't necessarily mean stop or do anything different. This is just consideration. But maybe you need to take off the rose-colored glasses and understand that how people enter your life might be how you should see them and nothing more. At least at this time, the bigger picture isn't in another person. The bigger picture is within you right now. So, how do I... you are putting way too much value on furniture and experiences. Too much value. Too much stalling. Too much focus on why sleeping people are sleeping. Why does the game work that way? I don't know. But you should also be comfortable with yourself too and understand that they can't be furniture without you being furniture. They can't be confusing without you being confusing too. The bad message comes from both sides. When one person has a very clear message, the person with a clear message sees that the other person isn't going to have a clear message and they back up. Right? Now, if you just look at people for what they are and how they come into your world, they're furniture. Doesn't devalue them. It says, okay, this is a limited experience. I expect that. Therefore, I'm not sitting around wondering why. Why are they such a bobblehead? Why can't they be clear or balanced? Why can't they be fair? This applies to This applies to the whole process, all the way till it's over. Some people just don't come with an explanation. They don't. Furniture. And you're looking for people to be logical and, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You don't expect the stick or the stone to have balance and logic. You accept it for what it is when you see it, right? You don't say, hey, how come you haven't washed dishes in a week, man? You don't say, hey, man, how come you haven't washed the car this month? You don't do that. You accept it for what it is. Now, the obsession stuff, that's your brain, bad focus. And my card of hidden passions is here too, right? Might be expecting more. Expecting the chair to be a Cadillac. I feel like, okay. It feels like you're being given the same energy over and over and over again to focus on, because you have to break that. It's like it's like being given the exact same medicine over and over again, and you know it's not working. And you're doing nothing but stalling, and the doctor's doing nothing but avoiding any issue by keeping you medicated that way. The group has already decided that's how it works, but the group is working against you, and you're kind of in with it. It's a team effort, so to speak. Bad team. It costs time, money, energy, and then you're sitting around upside down mentally like, what happened? And what do you forget? What's at the bottom here is the higher value of self. You're supposed to be working on being illuminated, not sitting in the dark. Now, yeah. So what's that the person on your mind, what's their connection to the repetition cycle? They're teaching you to accept your responsibility for your focus. So the connections get multiplied over, and the connections keep getting multiplied until you accept that doesn't even exist unless you focused on it. And that which you focus on multiplies. And then it connects and keeps connecting. So on the side of that, take a break. Take a break from trying to figure out others. Success is at the bottom of the deck, right? It's here. Success. And success over the groups and the group thinking. But you got to figure out who. There's like this false energy you're giving to it. Focused on elements of others that cannot be changed. Can't go back in time. Can't change them. Growth is up to them on an individual level. Maturity and logic is up to them on an individual level. But the minute you see it's not working and you sitting around questioning like that, that should be like make that the stop sign. Go, okay, wait a minute. Anybody I have to sit around and think about this much about? Let me take a break. Look at this from a different perspective, or don't look at all for a little while. But you do have to shift your focus, especially if moving forward is really what you're trying to do. You can't move forward with those people. Can you listen? You can't even move forward with those types of energies. How about that one? How about that one? You can't move forward with those types of energies. They can't. So they have to be recognized. They have to be to the left. Doesn't mean you can't talk or communicate, but you have to know how to keep. I feel like the overall lesson is learning how to keep energy out of your space. Especially if you can't control thinking about them. Especially if you're wondering why they don't, why they won't, when will they. All those thought patterns are like time. It's like choosing a parking space and never moving out of it until you learn how to think different. Until you desire new scenery. Same parking spot. And in that parking spot, you can have other people bang into your car. You can have people bang into your car, the rain, the snow. You can have people sit on your car, stick bubble gum to it. They could do all types of bad damage or harm, ask for help or ride. Plenty of stuff, plenty of elements to encounter. But whatever your path is, it involves learning how to protect your space. And you do have to be comfortable with yourself for that too. The reflection. And the reflection can last forever. Forever. Remember, I think there is a mirror inside the hamster wheel too. So you can look at yourself and everybody else who did the exact same thing. I think you're just getting some more lessons that you've already been getting right now. And it feels like recycled messages. Are you really ready to go forward? Are you really, really ready? Because if you was ready, you would be fill in the blank. If you were going to get ready, you should be working on blank. If you have plans for the future at the end of the year, what should you be working on now? Just saying. Focus. Okay. Oh, I should get that off of there. I felt a little tired after that, Abraham. Yep, that's recycled data. That is old recycled goodness. But it's recycled. It's old data. You've experienced it before. Yeah, you take pride in figuring people. Oh, there's a word for that. Do I have a marker over here? I don't. God dug it. I'm gonna draw the word for you. And then I want you to look it up and multiply by 2. Knock it off. Ego. So, you have this part of self that just needs to know it all. I get it. The data is great. The data is a driving force, isn't it? But you also must learn how to, just step back and not sit around thinking too much about it. Yeah, it's like the belief that if you're psychic, you have to be correct every single fucking time. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's ego. That's egotistical, right? It is the self, an awareness of the self. The awareness can manifest in a myriad of ways. You could think too highly of yourself. Nonetheless, my stomach is gurgling. That must be the end of the message. I'm hungry. Nonetheless, it is of the self. Step back from that just for a minute. That is what I heard in what you wrote is ego that comes from a place of needing to control. Be careful of that. I need to know everything. I need to know it all. You know how much time you waste on that? If that person's not cool, I don't need to know nothing. We're good. The minute I see you're not good, I don't need to know nothing else. I'm not going to sit here and try to think that out. Let's go. No. They might be trying to figure themselves out. That's a thing. You may be trying to figure out somebody who is trying to figure themselves out. And trying to get this intuitive sense of what? Confusion? So take a break. Give yourself a bubble bath kind of break. And learn how to put those thoughts down, because that's necessary going forward when to release that type of thinking. That type of thinking, I don't want to say it should be quick and fast and over with, because you have feelings, you have thoughts. You want clarity. I'm not saying you should deal with that overnight. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, at a certain point it does have to be released. So you might be figuring out, trying to get answers to somebody who is in the middle of growing up. There's so much going on, it's confusing. And you are too. That's a thing. Always the student. Always a student. You're not emotional, just logical thinking, okay. But just on the wrong things. You're bored. It's boredom. Absolute, complete, complete and boredom. You gotta find something to do with yourself. Seriously. You probably would do well with 3 hobbies going on all at the same time. Playing video games over here, making bracelets over here, growing beautiful plants over here, all around you in a circle. You need to find another job that requires, or create it. Sometimes you can create that job. What kind of analytics or data do the others need that you can help with? I don't know. It's a creative time, though. Write that stuff out. And if you're feeling analytical, you're probably the one with the bottled up data. Get it out. Hello, Radha. Or I'm just... Oh, sorry, I mispronounced your name because I know that I did. If you have a yes or no question, R, Ooh, Detective F. Ooh. All I saw was good-looking suits. You said, I was like, detective, good-looking suits. Hey. Ooh, likey. I ain't said nothing about the work. That's horrible on my part. Just saw good-looking suits. Jennifer Goddess, my apologies. What is your question? Please make it a yes or no. My stomach is growling. What's your question, Jennifer? Okay. I hope it's a yes or no if you're thinking about it, because that's where my hands went. That is a no with variables. You're asking about somebody cheating or somebody stealing? Is that what it? Somebody. I hear Robin Thicke, I'm going to teach you a lesson. What is that? I'm going to teach you a lesson. Be mindful over focusing, but the first is no, but it's got variables to it. Feels like no of blocking, a blocking type of. Should I block? Or should, like, stop someone from accessing space? Or a person? Focusing on the cheater or the liar. What is the question? Okay, so I see there's a variable on the no. No. Why do I feel like you asked more than one question? I feel like you asked more than one question, Jennifer. But nonetheless, it looks like right now the answer is no. But it feels like focused on one person, the energy being focused on one particular person. And the question of if, did they? Thinking, what do they want to do? Okay, just give me an image of that person, not your feelings, Jennifer. Just a picture of them in your head, not your feelings. What do they want? Okay, you're saying what she wants to do. Oh, goddess, Jennifer. Okay. sending you a hug. Don't stress. Don't stress. Okay. Just a picture, please. Plan. Change. So whoever the person is, what they want is something that is a little bit more controlling. They want things to evolve into greater control or go their direction. They may have done that by not being very honest at the beginning. I won't go further on that. Very out for self, deceptive. So there is error. Doesn't feel like it's just affecting you though. That's weird. Feels like something that affects others. Their energy, whoever the person in the picture is. I'm just gonna call them the Dark One. The Dark One. Whatever it is, if I get the energy of like consequence for all consequence for others who interact, they have to extract. Tooth and nail? What the? Girl, tell me you playing a video game? I hope that I am reading a video game you're playing right now. Okay, so there's the female energy here, and they are a creator of balance and the imbalance. They bring karma. That's the lesson. They bring I don't even know what that means. Cyclical conversion. Cyclical. Cycle conversion. Is that, I think that's, okay, so the card is cycles, but I heard cyclical. All right. So others who interact with that energy do have to step back. They have to step back, but for some reason, is it a rank situation? Or they also get praised for what they do? Okay, what I heard is corporate headhunter. I have no idea what that means. We wouldn't even, what sounds like a great name for a porn movie, but that's I know that's not what we're talking about right now. What? They deal with stability, acceptance, clearing things up. Somebody is Yep. Okay. So whoever's in the picture in your head, they have something to do with the health or the illness of a situation. When I said corporate hunter, there might be somebody having to deal with the health of a business. They may represent or become representative of. They may. What I was trying to clarify was snitch. Sounds like a friend, looks like a friend. Maybe not so much. someone who might have other motives that you don't see, but it doesn't, they don't say it. Like, yeah, health keeps coming back out. Somebody, whoever you're thinking about, gets to make choices that affect others. They get to say no. And no, when they say no, it has an impact or it's different. I won't go further than that. Wow. Their ultimate plan is to stop others from going forward. This was in reverse, though. She wants to stop others from taking the test. Taking the test, going forward, looking lessons, awareness. Oh my. I just heard the word ass kisser. How does that apply? Ooh, that was harsh. I'm sorry. How does that apply? Success in being excessive for the group, for the others. And that's literally someone's climbing the ladder on people's heads. 1, 2, and 3, that's how they fall. She's climbing the ladder on people's heads. Useless to point that out. Wow, it's a self. Wow. They're very interested in themselves and will do what they gotta do to get what they want. She got a heart. And the heart depends on the ability to stall others out and avoid accountability. That's here twice. They would, if you pointed out what's going on, they're not. They thought this through. False person. Fake liar. Let me hold it up again. Okay. Hi, Goddess Eskimo. How do you stop it? I'll pull some angel cards for you, girl. Hold on. I don't know how you can stop that because that's like a... I don't know. How do you stop a waterfall? Let's see. Advice. Your spirit guides are with you at this time. Watch impulsive behavior. Somebody, maybe this person, maybe, Maybe they need other people to act bad so they look better. Maybe they need you to be a certain way so that when they're being critical or talking against you, it sounds better. They need you to confirm what has been said. They need you to fail the test. So in the meantime, protect yourself from negative people, negative energy. I hear something about being careful who you gossip with. So be careful of connections. Or just be careful how you speak around the others, especially when it comes to talking about that person, the dark one. Be careful how you speak. Just be mindful of it. Doesn't mean giving in to anything or anyone at all. It just means covering your own ass. And you get to choose moving forward with a different type of strength. But that's choice. And you get what you want out of this. But you got to hold it together. You can't flip out on anybody. You can't. Okay, what happens regarding them? Okay, so whoever the dark energy is, there is going to be something that they fall on their face with. If you guys pull back your energy on that person, I know it's tough. If you guys could pull back your energy, eventually something happens where they fall on their face and they need you. What I just heard is I can't do it all by myself. Something about that person, they end up needing you. That's weird. So you get an opportunity to, okay. The universe is trying to show you how to move with a different level of grace. And you have to go through a little bit of some fuck shit to get that chance to not, like somebody picks on you, right? And they pick on you for a year. And you hate them, right? They're a bully. And then you never beat them up. And then one day you're walking home from school and they're laying in a ditch. And no one can help them except you. And you could leave them right there in that ditch for all the bugs to get them. No one will ever find them. That'll be the end of them. But if you did that, would you really be a person of higher knowledge? Would you be deserving of higher knowledge, higher levels of data? Or would you be just like the bully? So you could be getting put in a position where you're going to get to help the bully. That's going to take a very strong spine, like cement, to not punch down at this person when you get a chance to. I think it's really just the experience of having to deal with somebody bad so that you get an opportunity to not be bad to them when the opportunity comes, because they are specifically going to need your help. And it's going to be unexpected to them It's something you will have to stop what you're doing to take action to help them with. I see an image of something like you and that person not getting along, and then one day you walk in and they're about to have 10 boxes drop on their head and they can't move and you help. Or don't, but you will because you're an angel guide. And sometimes the angel guides, and when I say sometimes, I mean it looks like all the time, the angel guides have to go through a lot. But that's up here. So pull back your energy from that person. Stop thinking. Stop the focus. It's an experience for more than you. That person is whoever you're thinking about, that person, they're an experience for more than you. So you're not the only person going through it, dealing with it. But, so you can't control them. You can control how you respond. You can control what energy and thought you give to it. Now listen, if you don't help them, you're no different, right? You're just like them. I'm just putting that out there. I can't stop you. I'm certainly not the person to give advice. That's why I just say consider it. Well, Ibrahim, yes, you have to go. And listen, you're aware of going through more. Let's simplify that even further. You're aware of going through more than the others. Okay? You're aware of your darkness and your light side. You're aware of, this and that because you're more awake than the others. It's the difference between being able to see and not being able to see. Turn your light on and off. In a pitch black dark room, you're going to run into stuff. But with the light on, boy, stuff sure does look different. It's different, don't it? And the same thing goes when you're more awake. I don't know if we really go through more. Or is it that we're more awake while we're going through that fucked up shit? So it hits different. It hits harder. You love deeper. You give more of yourself because you're more awake. And you're more aware of that process. You're more aware of the feelings that go into being a good person and making a choice to hug you or punch you in the nuts. I'm just saying. We have options. And so we're going to experience and be aware of more of those options. If your ass is awake, you can always roll over and go back to sleep. They say ignorance is bliss. Maybe that's what that statement is all about. Because the ignorant ones sure do look happy, don't they? So you have options. Until you find a proper purpose. Or you accept ignorance for what it is. And you find enjoyment in it. See it for what it is and you have no attachment to it. That's the thing. If you meet ignorant people, if you walked up and someone's robbing a store and they're breaking through the glass with their face, are you really going to have mathematical dialogue with that person after? I mean, you could try, sure. But you're probably not thinking with a whole lot of logic to engage, right? And being more aware is overwhelming. It is, sure. But guess what? There's a reduction thing you can do called I don't expect anything from you. Okay, Let's see. I'll think of another example. Ah, furniture. Sensual furniture. You meet someone at the club, right? They're super duper hot. You take them home, you bang it out, right? It's great. It's the greatest night of your life in like 6 whole days. And then later on, and a month later, you're bothered that they won't call. Where's the logic, right? Because at the beginning, you guys decided it was this. You didn't talk that much. And while you may still desire respect and admiration and love, hugs, and kisses, that's not really how you started the race. Nowadays, you have people posturing as angel guides too. It's an impression. And I think we should all be allowed to realize that within ourselves. I may use that terminology, but I think outside of this chat, most people would not call me an angel of any sort, right? Let's be fair and balanced. Come on, man. Let's be fair and balanced here. Does that mean I don't know anything? No. Does that mean that I have the ability to be my angelic self and hug you and say good things, share some of the data I'm learning? I can do that. I can also punch you in the nuts. But I have choice, right? I have choices. And they're all a part of this fucked up, weird ass experience. I don't know why. I don't know why we all chose to go to the Disneyland that was buried deep in the hood. Somebody thought we needed to go to the most ghetto amusement park in all of the cosmos. I don't know who drove us here, but I have a lot of strongly worded, disappointing things to say to them. We're here in Ego Land, okay? The rides have bubble gum all in them. They squeak in a very uncomfortable way, and they're rickety. 2 out of 4 of those rides are going to break your heart. You're going to fall out of one of those rides and hurt yourself. And a good majority of the rides look exactly alike. Really? There's very little creativity at Egoland. Lots of theft of ideas. You can't get away with nothing. Okay, well, you got to stop trying to get away with stuff. Take a break. Or not, you're in ego land. I suppose we're supposed to make the best of the time while we're here. Doing what? I'm still not sure. I'm just trying to figure out where the parking lot is so we can get back to the car, man. Gotta get back to the space ride, to the space Cadillac. Sounds like the ride you ran from. Oh, I would at least like to know where the parking lot is. I want to see the car. If the car's a beat up spaceship and we crashed, okay. Can we just get back to the parking lot and verify if the vehicle still works? Maybe we can, we got our day stamps on our arm, or in our arm, as it were. We got our day passes. We can come back to the park, I guess, if we got to, but shit. Man. It's like a free fall. Oh, those are the worst rides. I agree. Still looking for the party bus? Did you find the parking lot, though? Because we're all still stuck on that whole It's a Small World ride in Ego Land. It's a small world. We're all still stuck on a fucking ride. You're going to Disney next week? Well, that might be why I used your example. Sorry. Have fun. Have fun and hi. Oh, you're going to Disney World. Well, enjoy. I see a delicious burger and fries in your future. Ooh, I see a delicious veggie burger possibility. Why am I now hungry for a veggie burger? Oh, that sounds nice. Ooh, veggie burger sounds great. But I'm also really hungry. Splash Mountain. Ooh. And butter popcorn. All of that sounds fabulous. All at once, please. Ooh, monster corn dogs. Oh. I haven't had that in so long. Ooh. Man, that sounds great. Don't fuck around. I will be going to Taco Bell. Stop playing with me. And then I'll be guilty in the parking lot. I won't drive home with it. I'll just eat it in the parking lot and feel bad the whole way home. Like, oh, what a horrible thing you did to yourself. Shame on you. No. Very sinful. Oh, my God. So delicious. I would love it. Oh, so many possibilities. Especially at an amusement park. My God. They got to get you coming through the gate, the smell of food. Just eat the whole time. Oh, that sounds great. I hope you have tons and tons of laughs and smiles. And I hope the lines are not long. And have some extra fun for all of us. Yeah, I still am confused by the whole concept of diet soda. Don't they both still eat the acid off of batteries? Oh, hell no, Jennifer. Ooh, girl, why you... Jennifer, why you trying to... Do you think I... Jennifer over here lighting fires. She... You know, I picture somebody walking around the building with a can of gasoline. Typing it out. The bitch in here right now. No. So, I'm going to go eat lunch now. Jennifer, calm your mind. Calm your mind, goddess. I'm not getting nobody beat up. That feel like a whole loaded question. My spirit guide said don't even answer that. I tell you what I'll do. I'll let you answer it for yourself. You think of a number between 1 and 50. And if your number comes out, then your answer is yes. If we miss your number, the answer is no. Don't type out the number, just think of the number to yourself. 1 through 50. Let me know when you're ready. I'll give you the number, then I'm out of here. You didn't have to write that. All right, let's see if your number comes out. Let's see if your number comes out. For Jennifer. Let's see for Jennifer. At the bottom, 61. Now that's got to be confusing, right? Jennifer right now is thinking, wait a minute, I did call 16 and 61. That counts. I'm going to beat that bitch's ass. I'm going to leave before all of us get in trouble. I feel tornadic energy building up. So, yeah, be careful. I'm leaving because I'm not trying to get my ass kicked either. Jennifer ain't about to fuck me up. I gotta go eat lunch. It's safer. I hope I didn't get nobody's ass kicked. I hope. Dear God. I don't talk to you that much. Please help Jennifer be kind and graceful, whatever actions she is considering right now. Thank you. I would say amen, but I only roll like that. Woman. Thank you. Hey, Jennifer, remember that? I'm going to quietly creep on out of this chat. I think we should all just back up slowly. Just come back up real gentle. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not here to cause no problem. It's okay. We're not here. You know. Everybody, what do they say when the bear approaches? You got to lay down and play dead. Everybody, don't move. Jennifer won't eat us. She won't whip us to shreds. All right, you guys. I will try to come back a little bit later after I eat something, or after the bear walk. Yeah, a little later this evening. All right, you guys. I hope this was helpful in any way at all. And remember, especially you, Jennifer, we are well. See you guys later. Love you. Bye.